I usually don't post much about my personal life, but this has been something that has been eating at me since spring. I play in a band and left out of town and had a bad feeling that things just didn't feel the same. I just felt our connection changed. I asked and even said if there is someone else we can work through anything no matter what happened. She of course denied this tooth and nail, and we moved forward for a bit, but I just could tell we weren't connecting the same anymore. One day I'm at a friend's house and he suggests snooping through her stuff to see, and I was positive that it could never be my so doing this. We had been together since we were 14 off and on, and I just thought I knew her better. I logged into her Snapchat and saw a MSG with her cousin that said her boyfriend had broke things off with her cuz he didn't feel right about them being a thing before she was single. I read how she didn't want to lose this other person for me. Read texts about her just staying with me for my dog. Logged into her FB and saw MSGS with the guy from when I was out of town saying I'm at the taco place, meaning I'm sure they also went on dates. She admitted to sexting him while I would be in the shower. It's a lot that still now 8 months later eats at me. I brought all the MSGS up to her and she admitted to it all, but said she wants to work through things and keep trying. We have been back together for about 6 months or so and I still can't get over the cheating. I constantly am just waiting for it to happen again, or just always suspect things are going to go wrong. When we were ending, I felt like I couldn't live without my fiancé, but now I'm starting to think this is affecting my mental health, just waiting on her to betray me again. I don't know what to do. Story 2. I 18 female think my FWB 20 male is cheating on his fiancé. Help. Oh my god. After reading this, I really fucking hope everyone agrees that they may have just called it off but didn't post it or tell anyone. But the evidence is starting to make things add up. My FWB will be referred to as James and his alleged fiancé will be Jennifer. Names changed for privacy obvious. I met James on a dating app and actually didn't know he had a son until I added him on Snapchat, and he sent a snap of him with a baby and a stroller. I asked why James didn't mention this and he was all like, well, it isn't your business. I made sure he checked himself with that attitude, but eventually we were okay again. I understand his son is not my business but felt it should be mentioned, but whatever. Moving forward, no mention of a baby mama, girlfriend, and ending relationship. Nothing. He expressed that he didn't want a relationship with me and just an FWB thing. So we agreed to meet up and we had sex, and 3 more separate times after that. I recall asking him when was the last time he had sex and he said before I had my son. Did this mean I was the first person after Jennifer? I don't know. At this point it's been almost 1 month of knowing each other now. James was comfortable sending me pictures of his son and telling me stuff about his life, but nothing about once being engaged or in a relationship. I had to find that out on my own. I actually wasn't initially suspicious of anything. I just wanted to see if he had any social media other than Snapchat because he never posts on there. I went on Facebook and found his page and it was just pictures of him and his son and some old friends. He last updated his PFP with a pic of his son on February 27th. No post since then. I think okay, he's not active there anymore. Nothing suspicious in his bio or anything. I actually found Jennifer's page through his friends list because her profile picture was their son, who I recognized. At this point I was like, oh, well obviously that was his previous girlfriend, so why not check her page out? Their baby is cute. I go there and she has pictures of him, her and their baby. And her FB status is in a relationship. It doesn't say with who though, so that was fishy, but in a relationship nonetheless. And I know her page is still active because she posted a picture on October 31st of their son on Halloween, which was literally 3 weeks ago. So I'm like, what's going on here? Are they still in a relationship? I scrolled through her page and they apparently got engaged on 2/23/21. Before that, there are posies of her maternity shoots, pictures of them together, etc. You may be thinking, okay, that was a while ago, maybe they cut things off. But on August 5th of this year, Jennifer posted a picture of James with the caption saying, my handsome fiancé. Okay, fine. That was 3 months ago. Again, maybe they called it off. Then I see that on September 24th she posts can't sleep without you. James's name is tagged on the post. 2 months ago. There is no way in hell they called it off in those 2 months. I'm like, okay, what happened in October? October 17th is when I met James. So I try and see what happened in that timeline. But so far, all she has posted is pictures of her son. No indication of an ending an engagement and no mention of James. So I'm like, okay, maybe October is where things got bad and ended and he decided to get on a dating app, meet other people. But after seeing all this evidence, I had to be sure. Today, after some deep searching, I find James's Instagram. Unfortunately, it's private, so I had to message him. I used a Finsta account and pretended to be a woman from FB who was following Jennifer's FB account. I said something along the lines of, I stumbled across Jennifer's page and was following her pregnancy as well as their journey as a couple and was wondering when you guys were getting married after seeing Jennifer's engagement ring. He responded, I'm sorry, who is this? I then said, oh sorry, just a random from FB. I just happened to stumble across Jennifer's page on FB and wanted to finish the love story. Hate cliffhangers. I tried to sound like an older person as much as possible, lol. But guess what he responded with? Oh yeah, we're good lol, thanks for asking. What does that mean? I asked when you were getting married. I didn't want to seem suspicious, so I just said, oh that is just wonderful, can't wait to see wedding photos soon. Have a great day, sir. I don't know if he's lying about still being in a relationship or cheating. I'm so lost. If I confront him, what would I even say? Do I text his alleged fiancée and ask her? What if she talks to him? If he's going to be exposed, I want it to all blow up in his face. Nothing can go wrong. We'll post any updates. Thank you to anyone who read this far. Girlfriend cheated, asking for a second chance. I know it's the worst outcome, but my brain is going nuts. My male 22 girlfriend, female 19, cheated on me and asking to start from a clear page. We've been together for 6 years already. It was my first serious relationship. I loved my girlfriend to bits. Don't know why, actually, it just worked. Our relationship was not ideal. In fact, it was rocky sometimes. We have almost entirely different interests, love different music, news and memes. I love science and philosophical discussions, and she is into fashion and talk shows on TV. She cares about costly clothes a lot, as she always wants to look as much ideal as possible. But she's entirely dependent on her parents and me, as they pay for her education, her room rent, her food and clothes. And sometimes it isn't enough, and she asks me to pay for her often. I have a different view of money because I earn my living on my own and know the price. But I definitely loved her anyway. Her smile, our charming atmosphere, our incredible sex, our vast collection of cute and happy memories of 6 years we spent together. I saw her as a very reliable and responsible person. And the fact that I was 100% sure of her loyalty often kept me from breaking up with her because it outweighed all of her minuses. She always was very jealous of me for talking to other girls. I had some female friends at the university, and she thought I was cheating on her. I tried my best to prove that I don't, and they are just friends to me, but she struggled for a while. I tried to cut off almost all my contacts and lose my connections with practically all friends, including males. Finally, after some time, she seemed to calm down and trust me. You may think I'm a cheapskate, but I'm not. Every year I looked for opportunities to raise money and spend them on her. I took her to restaurants almost every week, gave her presents, paid for her medical expenses. In 2018, we went to another country exclusively with my money. In the summer of 2019, we planned to go abroad again. She got a job at the university admissions office to make some money. I was finishing my bachelor's degree and was too busy to work. Then I realized I didn't even have much money left to live on, so I got a job. It turned out that we couldn't save up for a trip that summer. In July, we had a big scandal. On July 21st, she wrote that one of the applicants showed increased interest in her. I trusted her completely and thought she'd just add it to the blacklist like she usually does. However, it turned out that she had walked with him near the house for several nights. On July 28th, she admitted it to me. She said he was 100% in love with her, but she didn't betray me, that they just talked, that he was an engaging conversationalist, nothing more. I was upset that they spoke in secret from me at night outside her house, that he had feelings for her. But I remembered how worried she was about my contacts with my female friends, so I decided not to leave her. I just took her word that she would stop communicating with him. She went to her mother's hometown, and I didn't see her all of August. In the fall, I applied for the master's program. I'd already worked 2 jobs. I practically saved up money for the trip by then. But due to the difficulties at work, it was postponed until 2020. She was very angry with me when I asked her to postpone the trip in November. Our relationship was icy throughout the fall. I was up to my ears in work and study. When she started complaining about the lack of attention, I knew it. I left my second job to spend more time together. In November, I started seeing her more often, taking her to restaurants and movies. We began to spend more time with each other, but from time to time, she had tides of tenderness and depression. She said it was because of health issues, and I kept paying for her medication. I tried to be there for her to support her, but it was hard for her anyway. At the same time, I often helped her with her studies. Suddenly, it turned out that her requests for help with her computer science became regular, so I ended up finishing her whole course. And it really pissed me off because I felt like she was using me. But I loved her and was ready to help no matter what. Since January 2020, things have been better. The study was over, I took a vacation, and we started spending more time together. Relationships got warmer, and I began to rejoice that everything was back to normal. But she was still different. She started cursing a lot more often, making fun of me in public. She stopped wanting me. I suspected my extra pounds, but she wasn't thin either. I ignored all those red flags for a long time, and one day I had enough. Curiosity took over, and I looked into her phone. I know, I must be ashamed and should have never done that, but something just pushed me to do it for the first time. Maybe all the little details I worried about summarized together and made me look. I found out she was with sexting that guy even after the scandal, and they also met many times from September to December, and sometimes she asked me to send her money just to spend them with him during dates. And, most importantly, one day, she invited him to her home for the entire evening. They had sex at least once, and I was busy with helping her, doing her CS homework that exact evening. And she was cool but nice to me, went to the restaurants with me, received all my tries to become a better person for her, quit the job, changed appearance, cut off with friends, started doing sports. And the hammer is that she didn't tell me after that. That guy dumped her in December saying he made a mistake. She accepted it, but now I realize why she was worried and sad, and why things became better in January. Before saying what I know, I sat in front of her and asked to swear me she didn't cheat. And she swore, looking right into my eyes, that she loves only me and she didn't betray me. I came home and called her, said she got the last chance to tell me everything. She said she doesn't know what I'm talking about. Then I told her all I knew, and blew her mind with details. It's been 3 weeks since then. I took the no contact mode, but she continues trying to reach me. She stalked me and tried to apologize. She cried me a river, said it was a terrible mistake. She won't ever do it again. She just wanted attention and sex was his conditions to continue talking. She manipulated my neighbors to spy on me and report about my feelings. I didn't speak to her during the break. She bought a new SIM card and tried to call me using it in her friends' phones. And hearing how she cries just burns me inside out. I start to believe she is genuinely remorseful. She's putting a lot of pressure on pity. She begs to at least see me Earl one more time. I don't know if I should do that right now, but I definitely don't want to break up with her via phone or email. Last talk she said she started counseling, but another red flag is that she also says she can't be sure if I didn't cheated on her with my female friends, also that the guilt of that she cheated is 80% on her, but 20% on me. I clearly know it's a Rubicon. I understand she just manipulated me, used me, got me few non-lethal STDs, lied to me even when swearing. I've told everything to my parents and brother. They undoubtedly advised me to dump her. I've read already about 2,000 posts on Reddit about similar cases, and all of them suggest breaking up. But then why my mind is going circles? All those good memories, little details like her smell or her smile, all that brings me to the start of the no contact period. It seems like I must not give her a second chance, as we had several problems even without the infidelity. Still, something inside me is so badly hurt and wants to take her back so much. I really don't know what is wrong with me. Can she be forgiven? Maybe I'm trying to believe in a miracle. Please help me return some sanity inside me.